Okay, so we are here in week 9 of these 2 hives. And I'm going to do another inspection today. Today is May 31st. It's a Sunday. I would have normally waited till tomorrow, but I would be kind of busy. So I'm going to get in there today. It's warm enough. It hasn't quite been a week. It's been about 6 days since I added those second boxes. And one of the reasons why I'm really curious about going into hive today is I've noticed this hive is suffering from something. The activity outside of the hive has been far less in this hive than in that one. And I don't think it's just population size, because they were pretty close in size when I last checked. This one was always a little bit behind, but it wasn't like drastic. And I'm seeing sort of almost not drastic, but a sizable difference in the activity inside the hive when I look at the cameras inside and then outside. And I've also noticed not a large number, but a number of bees outside the hive dead with their tongues sticking out, which one of the common causes of that is pesticides. So they may have gotten into something. I did feed them a supplement yesterday, Honeybee Healthy, just a general thing. It's not like a treatment that I know of, but it does kind of help boost their diet. So I'm gonna head in there and take a look, and then maybe we'll see the size differences, how much these guys have built out versus these ones, and go from there. So let's get started. Let's head inside. Jars were filled yesterday, so it's no surprise that they're pretty full, although there has been not a lot of activity up here that I could see. Alright, so looking at this top box, I see hardly any bees up here. Maybe it was a little too soon to put this box on. So some brace comb on the bottom, but nothing. Alright, let's take a look. So there's a little bit of comb on the bottom. I guess that's a good sign. Put it on this side, put it on that side. So, I mean, this one has just a tiniest bit of stuff built on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames that are completely untouched, and 3 in the middle have some stuff on it, just really not a substantial amount. So pop this whole thing off and take a look inside to see what's happening inside the rest of the box. Yeah, put it over here. Now, let's take a look inside this box. So last week we put on this box. It hadn't been touching the outsides. It looks to be much of the same. It's like this hive really hasn't done anything in the past week. Not that I expected them to do something, but they're not building this out. Here, there's just not a lot of bees on the top of this thing. And nectar here. I'm not building the outside of that just yet. Bees are moving around. Just not a lot of them. Take a look at some frames, see how things are doing. Look at the activity of the bees. These eggs that have royal jelly, or larva that has royal jelly, I should say. Got brood and nectar in this frame. Larva. Good signs on that front. Huh. So, we have a queen cup. My guess is my suspicion was right. Let's take a look. Something happened to this queen in a week, or something else. But what we have, where is it, on this side, that there is a queen cell. And let's see if that's the only one. It's the only one on this frame. So we're gonna start looking for eggs and the queen. The placement of that cell means, I want to say that means that they're just looking to replace the queen because she's not doing something. I mean, that's capped. Okay. I found that on frame 8. I don't see any fresh eggs in any of these holes. Next frame. Oh, no fresh eggs. This frame. There's another queen cup on here. So I want to say something happened to this queen. Looking for eggs again. We're looking the empty ones. There's no eggs in there. There's larvae. Not on this. Obviously, there's a lot of captive brood, but those have been laid for a while. So, I'll show you again what another queen cell looks like. Here's another queen cell on the bottom of the frame. 2 of them. So I think they are looking to replace their queen for some reason. Maybe she died? Hopefully I wasn't the cause of that, but we're going to check. That was frame 10, 7, 6, 5. Frame 5 had 2 queen cups. Capped ones too. Alright. So, should find a hive beetle in here. Larva, but no new eggs. And egg eggs are like 1 to 3 days, I think. I have some really tiny larvae, so if the queen left or died, it was recent. There's another cup here. This one's closed. This cup is closed. Sorry, open. And there's another one right next to it getting created. Wow, so much has changed in just a couple of days. 6 days. 6 days there was no signs of this stuff, and now there's two cups here, and I've already spotted, what, 3 other ones? Again, no eggs, but larvae. And that's, show you the larvae in those. I don't know if you can see them, but she laid those. She hasn't laid any new eggs recently, so something's wrong. Alright, this frame, this side, looking for more of those queen cells. Don't see them. The nectar, and there's no eggs in any of the empty cells. Oh, neat. On a more positive note, we can see some bees emerging. See if I can prop this up. But right there, you have a bee emerging from its cell, and another one right next to it. So that's a good thing, is there's new bees always emerging every day. Problem is, the queen's not around to make new ones. Eventually, the colony dies. But it looks like, oh, there's another emerging cell right there. All right. Let's continue on. So the question is, do I bother putting that box back on? So, given that we don't have a queen, I don't think it makes sense putting this box back on. I mean, they still have all these frames to draw out. Let's pack this up. No bees on the bottom cover. Alright. Reduce this hive back down to this. They really just didn't make any action on those new frames, and without a queen here, she probably won't emerge for another week. I want them to be protected. And there's still space in here, so I'm not concerned that they're going to run out of space. Check the video later, but it looks like they're making a new queen. There's 2 of them that were at least capped, which is pretty good odds of having one of them emerge and take over. So by next week, we'll probably have to look for her, if my timing is right. And then let's go ahead and look at this hive and see how it's progressed. It's been strong the entire time. I'm expecting to see the top to be populated far more than this one was. This one really wasn't at all. So let me move the camera and get a better view. There's a good amount of heat coming out of there. I also did just fill their jars. So they haven't taken a lot from it. That's okay. I mean, Look at the difference between this hive. Top's got activity. There's a whole bunch of heat. The strong is looking good. Alright, I'll start from this side. One is empty. Two looks empty as well for now. But there's bees crawling around on it. Three. Has bees on this side. Already a good amount of cells here. Four has cells on this side, drawn out, just nectar at the moment, no queen. This one already has eggs in it. And they are buzzing. I don't know if they're angry or happy. But this is definitely the loudest they've been. Frame 5 has nectar in most of the cells. I don't see any eggs yet. Each one of these frames has been drawn out. I mean, this one's got eggs on it. This population has just exploded. All filled in with eggs. All filled in with eggs. No eggs on this one, just nectar. This side was built out more so than this side. Clearly this one needed to expand last week. Alright. Plenty of eggs up here, but no queen. You'll want to take a look at the bottom box. Probably. Let's take a look at this outside frame. Drawing it up. Some activity on the outside, but not really doing much there. Fortunately, I see queen cups. Those queen cups might have been emergency ones when they got a little packed in here. They're not closed, not like the other one. And they are empty. Look at that mess down there. Oh boy. I don't feel good about that. I do not feel good about that. It looks like a ton of queen cells. This has a whole bunch of stuff hanging off the bottom too. Oh my goodness. That needs to be cleaned up. One way to get them mad at you. Let's take a look inside these queen cups and see if there's any cells in them. Most of that stuff on the bottom looks like drone brood. we're good there. This is all capped stuff. Still no queen spotted. I just maybe having a tough time finding her. There's many bees in here now. I'd say this job just got significantly harder in the last week. Just the number of bees to go through. Finding the queen is difficult. Cleaning up all these frames is difficult. It's just more. There's the queen. That's a relief. The queen is here on second to last frame. I don't think the bees like my black socks today. There's definitely a lot more bees hanging around me. There was before. Queen is there, so you don't need any of this stuff if it is queen cells. But this might just be drone brood hanging off the bottom. Either way, I don't want it. Okay, now they're mad. Just want to get this frame back in. Doesn't close up. Shot. I think they're tired of me. Guess we'll look through this inside. These are all drone brood, best I can tell. Be a good chance to see if there's any mites inside these cells. Okay, let's pack these girls up. That was an interesting exercise today. Learned a lot of things. All right, let me try to summarize for the video. The right hive, first hive we did first, missing a queen, multiple queen cells. Pretty docile, to say the least. Surprisingly, I thought they'd be more upset about queen being missing. But just low population, so really easy to manage. So we'll check back on this one, I guess in a week. We'll do some research to see how many days after the queen cell is capped when I'd expect her to emerge. I believe 16 days is the full cycle to queen. And so it'd be at least another week or so, I think. But I could be wrong. This one here, population just blew up. They've literally touched almost every single frame in this new box. They had a whole bunch of drone comb on the bottom built out that I had to clean up, and in that process probably upset them. But this is a really strong hive. Now the question will be, if this one is weak, will I take some of the frames here and exchange them for the right hive to balance things out, to give them some more room? But I think it's probably early to tell, and I need to check for some advice on that. So if people have any ideas, you're welcome to let me know. But we're gonna wrap this one up. Take a look at the cells that I pulled off inside. I'll put those other frames away for now, and I guess we'll check back in another week. So thanks for watching if you made it this far, and we'll see you next time.